All right. Good day, good morning again. It's been a while. Yeah, been a while. So I recorded the last video last week, and this week again, the same date, same time frame. We are at another video. All right. So want to welcome you to this video, and we're going to be looking at some things I did mention in the previous videos that we'll look at, and that has to do with extensions, right? So I did do a short explanations of extensions a while back, but I'm just going to do a little bit of more explanations, and we'll talk about how you can get some extensions, and we'll go ahead to install, because I have a new setup of Google Sketchup on my PC. So I would just like to install a couple of plugins I basically used some of them in my previous video, and just in case you haven't been able to get those extensions, you should be able to do that with this video. All right. So thank you so much for your patience, and let's get in. So I would want to, I wrote out some lists and things to talk about touching extensions. All right, so what exactly are extensions? Well, I said that they're literally means of making SketchUp go beyond its original capacity. All right, so we have your basic push pull, we have your basic insert, we have basic uh, things that we could do, the follow me tool and all that, right? But beyond that, if you've used a full-blown modeling software before, or softwares like Blender, and the likes, you would notice that there are capabilities that you might not be able to attain to as touching using SketchUp. For example, polygon modeling, Beziers, and stuffs related to that. You might find difficult to achieve some things in SketchUp, and that's not necessarily because you can't do that in SketchUp. It's because SketchUp wasn't primarily designed for those things. All right, so SketchUp has a focus in view while it was being designed, being simplicity and you know, efficient modeling and stuff like that, as touching architectural or more like accuracy. So what with that in view, they kind of made SketchUp a little bit simple. Now I'm just saying based on my understanding of SketchUp. All right, so they kind of made SketchUp a little bit simple. It has simple tools and little stuffs. So, but it doesn't mean that SketchUp can't go beyond that, and that's why they were wise enough to understand that creators, can go overboard to really, convert something so simple to something so sophisticated. So they implemented the systems of extensions to enable programmers and users that have vision to enhance Google SketchUp. All right. So it's a means of granting users the ability to improve their SketchUp capabilities and experience, right? Because the truth of the matter there is SketchUp is limited by default. There are just a few things you could do with SketchUp. I had used that default limitedness for a while because of what it offers, the accuracy and simplicity in 3D. It's overkill, All right, so that's kind of why I loved SketchUp and all that. So, but I come to discover there are more complex things I would need to achieve in SketchUp, and that is where extensions come into play. Right? So they enable you to push SketchUp beyond its capabilities, and it enhances your experience while using SketchUp. All right? So they are created by programmers to aid the performance and use of SketchUp. Yeah. So it aids the performance of SketchUp, and it improves the use of SketchUp and to do what it could not do. That technically there are things you can't do with SketchUp. For example, if you see one of the trainings, I did some weird push pulling at some point, and you find that push pulling was based on was kind of based on something that your normal SketchUp would do. All right, so there are many things. For example, there is a Bezier extension that if you've used SketchUp and if you've used Photoshop, or you have used Blender, or you have used 3ds Max, or you have used Illustrator, you should know what a Bezier is. And by default, you don't have that available in SketchUp, and it's actually something that is of utmost use if you're going to be dealing with splines and you're going to be dealing with pathways and stuff like that. All right, so and also conforming objects to path, those are different things you can achieve with the basic SketchUp. And if you have the extensions, you'll be able to enhance your experience and improve your workflow in SketchUp, right? So that being said, there are free SketchUp extensions. All right, so we have free extensions and we have paid extensions. All right, so there's this new extension. I don't know how new it was, but I saw it recently. It's Bevel. My God, that extension is so beautiful, and I do intend to purchase it. I do intend to purchase it very soon. It's let's just quickly look at that. It's just a very nice tool, very nice tool. Like, my God, oh, Bevel, Bevel extension SketchUp. All right, it's a very nice plugin. You know, very nice plugin. You might just want to look up a video or two. So, but what's the point I'm trying to convey? Extensions just pushes. Okay, it seems my internet is down. Just a sec. All right. So my internet had some issues, had to resolve that. All right. So yeah, so you can just quickly see how the bevel plugin works. Like, you see how it gives the smooth edges around the model. That's just something that's beautiful. All right. So that being said, it has a whole lot of use and stuff like that. You could see buy from a reseller, buy now. All right, it's like $50 approximately. All right, so of course we can still have a free trial. Yeah, I'll probably use this out one of these days. All right, so it's there are many plugins out there. There are many plugins out there. So many plugins, so many plugins. You can see they even have a profile. Oh, they're the owners of profile builder. Yeah. All right. So, but what's the main point? There are many plugins that are out there, and it will help you. Sorry, I call them plugins, right? There are many distinct extensions that are out there, and it could help you to speed up your workflow. Like, if you really settle down and go through this, right? Maybe later in the future I would have a video series where I explore plugins. Yeah, I'm sure I would find out time to do that later in the future. Not promising a specific time frame, but I'm sure I will do that one of the days. So, but the point there is there are many plugins out there. Sorry, extensions. I use the word interchangeably because they're technically the same concept, all right? So, but there are many extensions out there, and their job is to enhance your SketchUp experience, all right? So, what I would like us to take note of is, oh my, this is beautiful. Like, you can see this whole thing going on here. See that? You see that? You see, this is what extensions can do for you. This is just beautifully what extensions can do for you, honestly speaking. All right. So there are so many things you can do with extensions. There's so many things you can do with extensions. Wow. Okay. You might just want to join me and watch this because, like, wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is just beautiful. This is just beautiful. This is just beautiful. All right. So that's that. Now, That being said, the main point there is you could see how extensions can quickly make your workspace, your work really easy. All right, so I don't want this video to get so long, so I'll just dive into the main point. All right, so I'm just going to introduce you to two sources of. Okay, there are two ways you could get extensions. All right, we have the manual installation, which is you download you download the extension from the web, and then you install it using the SketchUp application, or you could download it straight from SketchUp. All right. So I have a couple of them listed here, and we're just going to download the ones that are acquirable from SketchUp Warehouse. So you can see this is one of the places you could get plugins from, but the major source of free plugins and stuff like that, we have Sketchucation. Okay, I'll use my other profile. So all right, so I'll use my other profile, which is right here. So there is a Sketchucation. Sketchucation is another website for you to get SketchUp extensions, right? So it says access over 800 SketchUp extensions, then with about 500,000 SketchUp users and stuff like that. All right, so you might just want to create an account. You can create a free account. There is the paid part of things, and then there's the part of getting stuff for free. All right, so some of the extensions that we'll get will come from here. All right, so let me just go ahead and launch my SketchUp 2024. Right. I just launch my SketchUp. All right, so I'm just going to quickly run through this list and do some installation. I might not install some. So joint push pull, that's done by Fredo, and we have yes, joint push pull. Then we have uh Vertex Tools. We have TrueBend. We have subdivision. Yeah, the subdivision stuff. So all right, let me just launch SketchUp, and let's see. So to just quickly get your extensions installed, all you just have to do is either you download the SketchUp extension from the website where you could acquire it, or you just go straight to SketchUp Warehouse. All right, so extension warehouse. So if you come up here, you can see extension managers, extension warehouse. Extension manager is where you handle all the needed all right, is where you handle all the needed um or you handle all the needed installation for the manager. All right, so but for the warehouse is where you go ahead and that's where you go ahead and put in. All right, so I'm just going to sign in with my Google, because I need to sign into Trimble to be able to download the extensions and all that. All right, so you're signed into all things SketchUp. So I could go back to my extension, my just ignore that for now. So all right, now that's the extension warehouse. It's like just like a Google Play where you could download your applications and stuff like that. So I can download my SketchUp plugins or extensions. There are so many extensions out there, so many extensions out there. All right, so we can see TrueBend. TrueBend is here already, so we just click on that. You could just search for TrueBend. All right, so it's my profile I loaded up, so it's showing me, probably showing me stuff. And if you just you could go through and see the various tips about the stuff. So but let me install this. All right, so this extension will have the ability to accept the file system on your computer. Do not grant access to this lightly. Be sure you trust the author. All right, plus you trust the author. Even if we don't trust the author, the extension has been successfully installed and is now available for use. All right, see that it's appeared. If I right click on an empty space now, you can see TrueBend has appeared. So that's one of the extensions, and we have that there. All right, so I'll just dock that over there. All right, so let's look for another extension. So Vertex Tools is another extension. I think I used that in the video where I was modeling in Pocket. I did use it to edit the vertexes. All right, so we have the paid version and we have the free one. All right, so we just need the free one. We don't need so much of the paid stuff. So with that, you could just go ahead and install that. So install now even more powerful version 2. Version 2 is at $40. All right. Don't worry, we don't need version 2 right now. We just need the basic one. All right. We're even yet to maximize the basic one. So this is the part of the Vertex tools I use the transform that enables us for that. So what other plugin do we need? All right. So Vertex to joint push pull through bend subdivision. Let me see. Subdivision. Where did I get that from? Subdivision. I'm trying to find whether we got that from the extension. All right, we got that from here. So subdivision is another extension, so we could just install that. All right, so you see how you could just quickly and easily install your extensions, all right, from SketchUp Warehouse, or you could look for an extension that does something, right? Maybe you're trying to achieve something in your work and suddenly you feel there should be a way to achieve something, this thing without, working off. So you could literally settle down and read up all this, but later in the future, I will do a video to explain some of these plugins, all right? So, but that being said, that we've installed the subdivision. So we have done vertex, tube, and subdivision. All right. So these are the ones we can get from SketchUp Warehouse. So joint push pull, I don't think we can get it from here. So we're gonna go to Sketchucation, right? Sketchucation, and we're going to search for joint push pull. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and log in. Let's go ahead and log in. All right. Yeah. So using Fredo portrait to make killer 2D billboards with proper shadows. That sounds temptingly interesting. But that's not what I want from here right now. Import and optimize 3D modern SketchUp with Fluid Importer Pro. All right. One click rendering with ambient operation. Blah 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 blah. All right. So we want to download joint push pull. So I just type push pull. All right, so joint push pull enables us to push pull weird shapes. And God, it's one of the most effective push pulling. Okay, we are searching this. Let's search that in. Wait, why isn't it showing me images? This is my. All right, so let's go to plugins. Plugin store. Go to plugin store. All right, Sketchucation plugins. Let's search here. Push pull. All right, I would love to conclude this video in less than 20 minutes. All right, so join push pull interactive. All right, that looks like what I'm looking for. All right, so join push pull. I click on that. All right, so that's done by Fredo. Fredo 6 join push pull interactive. So I just go ahead and download that. All right, so it's downloading it. Right, see that's an rbz file. That's your extension file format, rbz. All right, so I just come to my this thing. I downloaded it, and of course it's stored on my restored on my downloads. So I could just come to extension manager. All right, this is where I come to extension manager to see all my extensions, and I'll do install extension. So this is like a manual installation. I just go to downloads and I'll look for that last stuff. All right, and I'll just open that and install Fredo or run install libfredo 6 to run this. All right, so it's telling me I should install the library of Fredo 6, and just so that I could be able to run that. All right, so I don't use that. So the library, all right, some extensions comes with library. It's like it's like a toolkit that enables it to work. So this is the library for Freddo 6 plugins. So it's like a toolkit it uses to make other of its plugins to work. So if you're downloading a Freddo 6 plugin and you don't have that, and you don't have this library installed, it would throw some errors to ask you to download that. All right, so I'm downloading it currently. Uh, quite large compared to this because it has a lot of code. It's like a code base. Yeah. Oh my God, we've exceeded 20 minutes. All right, so it's like a code base and it needs some of those informations. All right, so library 56 install video. All right, so the library has been installed and that means we are good. So what this means, check in 15 days. Yeah, or later. All right. So with this, that means I could download my push pull. All right, push pull. Where is that? Video, video. Wait, what? Oh, all right. That's not effective yet. So I would need to restart. I'll need to restart that. So don't, of course, don't save changes. Don't save changes. So if I open that again, it should function properly now. All right, so that's installation of extensions. So there are some other extensions we'll just briefly install just in a moment. We'll install some extensions in a moment. In a moment, in a moment, in a moment, in a moment. All right, so you can see the Fredo push pull tool has been, the joint push pull has been installed. And all right, so let me quickly just do something. No, let me just get some weird shape out there. You see, there are some shapes that you can't properly push pull in SketchUp, and that's where Fredo comes into play. It enables you to push pull some weird shapes. Trial period expired, joint push pull expired since Sunday 16th. Wait a second, it's paid. Oh, okay. Wow, I did not have an idea that I was paid. All right, so what that means is wow, okay, I've exceeded my trial. All right, that will mean if you have to use this tool, you have to, acquire a license. All right, so that being said, that's a very neat tool to use. It's a very neat tool. I didn't know I needed a license to use that. All right, newsflash. So that being said, for your SketchUp experience, like I did say, there are paid plugins and there are free plugins. All right, so Fredo 6 seems to be one of those paid plugins. I was not aware that I was actually using a trial. I didn't see an outright write-up for that. Mm, I mean, he didn't say that. I was paid. All right. Uh, it doesn't say anywhere this is paid stuff. All right. Anyways, that being said, if you're watching this video, of course you'll be getting it for the first time, so you could use it for the time being. I'm just going to go ahead and acquire a license as I progress. Oh, all right. Free trial period, 30 days from first usage. Oh, okay, I see. All right, so perpetual license, 3 sheets. All right, I'm just gonna be using it alone. So That's $15. Wow. All right, there's no challenge there. So, but the main point is you might want to look into this. This explains what it can do. You can see how it can push pull from joint, how it can extrude, see where it's push pulling from. You can extrude stuff, shapes from those weird positions like that. All right, so that's video 6. I mean, so you have 30 days worth of trials, and then after 30 days you have to pay for that. All right. So my trial have expired. My apologies. I will not be able to demonstrate that here. Maybe in the future video when I've purchased the license, I will go through the tools one after the other and explain the tools. All right. So that being said, that's that for that. So we have the Bezier tool as well. I think I did search out a Bezier tool on this sketchification as well. So we have the Bezier tool. Yeah, if I spell that well. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oops. All right. All right. So if
Hello everyone and welcome back to another SketchUp plugin tutorial in today.
Sorry about that. So okay, here I could just search Bezier. All right. I will do that on the plugins section because I do want to get and acquire the plugin, Bezier plugin. All right. So we have Fredo spline. Yeah, there's that. And there's also this. So you could acquire any of those. It will, okay, so this requires a license. I think this one doesn't. All right, so quick discovery. You just want to click on the more info to find out requirements of, so you can see this is this plan. This is a Bezier. So, but you want to click on that more information to find out if you are paying or not. All right. I have some licenses to acquire. All right. So from our next video, so that's all for that. If I come back here, I could just click on download. And once I do click on that, okay, I've gotten that. So I could just go ahead and apply that in my extensions manager. Just come and install that. All right, I'll just run that straight up. All right, so I've gotten the Bezier tools, so I could go ahead and use the Beziers. I could create Bezier points. If I use the Bezier, there are different styles and ways to create a Bezier line and stuff like that. So you could just go through a video to explain all this for you, or you could just read up the documentation. All right, so that's almost 30 minutes now, and just want to quickly let you know that extensions, all right, so I wouldn't be touching profile builder in this video, but you've seen generally how to acquire extension is actually something that is simple and straightforward. So you could actually go ahead and do that for all the needed extension, and you could, Google more extensions depending on what you're trying to achieve. All right, so we've done the installation of that. So in the next video, I'm going to jump back into my um, I'm going to jump back into my tutorial trying to explain architectural. We did mention that we're going to go into architectural modeling and stuff like that. All right, so we've gotten some extensions. There's some extensions we will begin to use as we progress. All right, for example, probably I will introduce profile builder soon. All right, but I don't know if you're able to acquire that. I think it should be paid, but if you're able to acquire that, you follow along with training. But I'll try as much as possible to remove paid extensions from use so as to not limit your learning curve for those of us that might not be willing to make payments immediately for anything. All right, so I feel when you have mastered or acquired balance, then we can now start talking about paying for extensions and you know because when we talking about payments, we get uncomfortable. All right. So we'll make use of majorly free tools. I will make use of majorly free tools. All right. So thank you so much for your time. Apologies for the length of the video. I just needed to explore some things along with us so that we can understand how to install extensions. And also, don't forget, I got snapped in this video. I didn't know that Fredo joint push and pull, push pull was actually paid. All right, so if you're using it for 30 days, do ensure that you are maximizing its use before you have to pay $15 to acquire that. All right, so thank you so much for your time, and see you in the next video.